Yo, what's good everyone? It's Hish, also known as ecom Hish on YouTube and Instagram. Today, I closed out the day at $2,000 in sales and then also about $500 on Walmart. So we're at $2,500 for the day so far through both ecom channels. I'm at $33,000 in the last 10 days in my Amazon business. We're looking to crack a 6-figure month. And instead of me coming on here and flexing, because that's not what I'm doing, I want to show you guys exactly how I'm getting these numbers. More specifically, I want to show you guys the exact method that I use, which is known as Keep a Product Finder, aka KPF. It's one of the sourcing mechanisms that I use to find all of my winning products from online arbitrage. If you guys don't know what online arbitrage is, it's essentially where we're buying from, websites like Walmart, Target, Walgreens, Macy's, Kohl's, right? These massive online retailers, and then reselling for a profit. Now, I do also want to say a lot of my sales are starting to come more so from wholesale as well. Wholesale is, I guess you want to say, the grandfather of reselling, quote unquote, essentially where we're buying products from massive distros like Kihi, right? Kihi is like a massive wholesale company, and a bunch of other ones that I really can't name right now because they're for my business. But essentially, I'll go over that in a separate video, but I do want to go over online arbitrages because online arbitrage has been one of the best mechanisms that I've used to not only generate the numbers I'm generating now, but to bring me in, hundreds of thousands of dollars in pure revenue into my Amazon business and now my Walmart business as well. So by the end of this video, you should know exactly how to use KPF, Keep a Product Finder, to start finding products for your Amazon business and also your Walmart business as well. And keep in mind, this is the same exact mechanism that took me from being like, shit, I can't find anything to sell, to generating thousands of dollars from my phone in a matter of literally not weeks. And that's how incredible this mechanism is. So we're gonna dive into it right now. If you guys have any questions, comments, drop in the comment section below. I'll answer all of them, but without further ado, let's get right to it. All right, so now that we're on my screen, if you guys go to keepa.com and go to Product Finder, this is what I'm talking about when I mention the words KPF, Keep a Product Finder. And essentially, it's pretty much a bunch of filters that you want to go through to pull out the products that, or I guess I should say the ideal products that you're looking for, right? So in this case, I'm looking for a very specific brand, which is the brand Great Value. I'll go over why I'm looking at them in a second. But before I even dive into that, let's go over the filters that I put in to, really pull out the best products within this brand, right? So I did the first thing, which is sales rank. I go from 0 to 200K in sales rank. The reason why I do that is because obviously, if you don't know what sales rank means, it's telling us how fast a product is selling. And the reason why I go from 0 to 200K is because anything in between that number is ideally a decently fast selling product. Now, obviously, the closer a product is to 0, the faster selling of a product that it is, right? So just rule of thumb, whenever you are sourcing products, you do want to have a pretty smaller number for your sales rank to give you the indication that, hey, this is a pretty fast selling product. So obviously I can kind of move on about it and see how we can find it profitable, right? So 0 to 200K in BSR, Amazon out of stock. Well, what I did there was I just took Amazon out of stock and in stock. The reason why is because I already put all the filters in, so I wanted to see if I took Amazon in stock, I wanted to see if that would add more products. But in this case, it seems like Amazon doesn't even sell this brand, so this is kind of irrelevant right now. But ideally, I always click this box on because I personally never want to compete with Amazon. And I'm not saying Amazon being on a listing is bad, because I've sold thousands of dollars worth of product through listings that have Amazon competing on the listings, but it just makes it more easier of a product that has all the requirements that I'm looking for as far as being profitable, fast velocity, and little competition when Amazon's not on these listings, right? So take Amazon off for now, and then if I scroll down a little bit more, I'm gonna put in the brand Great Value. So Great Value is the brand that I'm looking at, and the reason being is because Great Value comes from one website and one website only, and it comes from Walmart. So the cool thing is I know all these products are about to pull up right now. They all come from Walmart, meaning we know where to source it from. Now it's about making sure it's enough, it's profitable enough, and we can discount it down enough to get the best price possible, right? So Great Value, I plug it in there, and I also put my competition. If you can scroll down a little bit more, I put new offer count starting at 5 minimum. The reason being is because if there are at least 5 sellers on any of these listings, that means there's people already competing on these listings. That means there's already competition there. So if there's competition there, then why can't I make sales and hop on that listing as well and compete as well, right? So that's why I put that there. Obviously, if we take that off, we're left with what? 37 active products. If I put 5, that pretty much cuts off from what I just said from that standpoint. That cuts off 10 products that have essentially less than 5 sellers. We'll do 3. Just to add a little bit more spice to it. Okay, 31 products, cool. Now that I have all my requirements in, I'm gonna go to find product, right? And just so you guys know, these filters apply to pretty much any brand that you wanna use. I just, in certain cases, I might tweak it a little bit. These filters do work ideally for pretty much any brand that you wanna search, right? You can do this for, Great Value, obviously. You can do this for Calvin Klein. You can do this for Stafford. You can do this for, a ton of different brands out there, right? There's hundreds, there's thousands of brands that you can do this with. So now I pulled up Great Value, and then as you guys can see, I have an entire list list of products to go through, 31 to be exact. So the way I do this, and I already have it filtered in this way, is I like to go by 90-day drop percentage, as you guys can see, from 1 to 9. What this is telling me is which products have the highest price increase in a 90-day span, right? The 90-day drop percentage, right? So we can see this product has a 32% price increase in the last 90 days, meaning if, you know, and this is my psychology behind it, is if it increased 32% in price, then that probably means that there's not too much supply, meaning demand is spiking, right? Simple supply and demand, right? You know, basic economics, right? So 32% increase in price. I'm gonna pull this up just for the hell of it, because obviously price spike might mean good demand, or might mean demand is pretty high on that. I'll pull up some of these other products. I already pulled up a few from beforehand that I did the search. But yeah, as we can see, I'm gonna pull these up one by one, and then from there, I have a list of products I already pulled up. Now I'm gonna go through each of them one by one to see what the velocity looks like, right? So we can see right here, this product has a good amount of velocity. We can see that offer count, which is this blue line down here. There's good oscillation, meaning that there are sellers hopping on this listing and selling out, right? So the reason why I like to look at the offer count right away is because if there is no oscillation in the offer count, meaning if there's no movement, then that tells me that it's pretty stagnant. There's not many people hopping on the listing or making sales. The fact that there's a good amount of oscillation in this listing, and oscillation, I mean going up and down, it's a good indication that, hey, there's people making sales on this, right? So we can see this thing weighs about a pound. Cool. Now I'm gonna search this up on Google, and I know it's coming from Walmart, right? I literally called it. And I wanna make sure it's the same exact product, right? So twin pack, Japanese cherry blossom, twin. All right, cool. Let's see. So automatic. Okay, so cherry blossom $7.77, and shipping. All right, cool. Is it sold and shipped by Walmart? It is. Perfect. So now I'm gonna go back to Amazon. So it looks like right off the bat we're already profitable, which is kind of funny. We're already at 33% ROI, 34% ROI. But ideally, I do want to like also let you guys know this. When you guys are sourcing products and you do find something that's automatically profitable, you don't want to you don't want to count it out and be like, all right, that product is a winner, hands down, enough said, let's move on to the next one and find another winner, right? Because the easier it is to find a product, the more saturated that listing can get, right? The more saturation prone that product is, right? So obviously we don't want listings being saturated. We don't want to sell in saturated listings. I'm already getting it profitable, green flag. Now, is there a way I can make it even more profitable so that I can beat out my competition, right? So I can have the best pricing possible. And there is a way. It's called discounted gift cards. So if we go to cardbear.com, which is one gift card website, we can see they have it for 0.9%. All right, cool. Walmart gift cards have been extremely low. So I don't think gift cards are really gonna work out for the products that we're gonna source right now, which is unfortunate. Part of the game, it is what it is. The cool thing about this is gift cards, they do come back in stock with really good percentages at times. So even though the percentages might not be the best right now, in a week or two, it might be 10%, it might be 14%. And now think about that. If you can leverage 14% discounted gift cards on these products that we're sourcing, think about how much more profitable they're going to be. So even if we come across some that are not as profitable, I still might want to save them. So for future references, when these gift cards come back in stock at 14, 15%, even all the way to 20%, I've seen that before, then we're all of a sudden going to become profitable because we have 20% off the stack on top of that. All right, so keep that in mind, even if the discounted gift cards are not at a good rate right now, right? So we're going to go back over here, $7.77, $20 sale price. Now it looks like buy box, if we go to data and buy box stats real quick, it looks like a majority of it is FBM sellers. So this does weigh about a pound. So if I go down here to FBM, we'll ship this for about like $5-6, we'll say, just to play it safe. We're at a 41% ROI and a 323 profit, 200K BSR. But once again, the oscillation on this is pretty good. People are making money on this, right? And even if I go to data, offers over here, we can see this guy was stocked in at 45 and they sold it at 44. He went to 40, right? Went to 28, right? So people are clearly showing their stock is moving, right? Which is all the indication that I need to see to be able to let me know that, hey, this is selling. Let's hop on it. Let's make some money. All right, first winner of the day. Not a bad product. I will say, obviously, it could be better with this kind of gift cards, but we'll take the dub anyways. So we'll move on to the next one. I found this product right here. These great value granulated. I don't even know what these are, to be honest with you, but let's see if we can make some money off it. Well, right off the bat, it doesn't look too appealing. Number one, the BSR is a little bit higher. Obviously, I know I said anywhere between 0 to 200K, but you know, if you look at the offer count, there's not much oscillation, not much movement. Seems pretty stagnant for the most part, so I'm personally not gonna wanna go ahead and review this product. We're gonna skip on that for now and move on to the next one, right? So I think, we already looked at this one right here. Let's check this out right here. So let's see. All right, cool. So this one's good. There's all green flags so far. Let me tell you why. Obviously, BSR is in check, below 100K. Obviously, the less, the smaller the merrier. Offer count shows good oscillation. People are definitely coming on this listing, and they are making sales for sure. Buy box is pretty stable for the most part, pretty flat line, shows me that the product is stable, not super inconsistent. And if I go to year, it seems like it's stable all year round too, which is money, right? So I'm gonna go back over here, great value. Let's see what we can find. Sugar-free, all right, cool. Let's see what we can find on Walmart. Is it peach? It's like peach, right? So great. And by the way, there might be different packaging. So if there is different packaging, it's totally fine. I've sold the same exact product with different packaging plenty of times. I've gotten no issues. Don't worry about that. But I do want to see, let me see, is it this one right here? Powdered. We'll pull it up just to see what we can find. It might be this one. Great value, sugar-free peach mango green tea powder drink. Hold up. Let's see. Mango drink mixed with caffeine. I don't know if it's this one. So what I might do is just copy this title, paste it into Walmart, and manually search it that way to see what we can find. Boom. Caffeine. Here we go. Or energy, right? Not caffeine, same thing. Let's go back over here. So let's see. So great value energy, maybe so let's 10 count. Is this a 10 count? Let's see. Pack of 2, 10 packets. Yep. Peach mango energy. There we go. Cool. Same as it. So 2 pack right here. This is a single pack. So keep in mind it's gonna be 2 units. So all right, cool. Not bad. So what? 198 times 2 times 2, 396. Cool. So I will say it's not bad. The ROI is 24%. So it doesn't all the way meet my criteria. It's less than $1 profit, but at the same time, it is moving. It is very consistent. We know we're gonna make this money. The best part about this is you can't really return this product because it's a food and beverage item. So we are pretty safe on that aspect. And like I said, offer count showing great healthy oscillation. Now, let's say in the next week or so, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, somewhere around there, gift cards go back up to 10, 12, 15%. Let's just take off 12% off in gift cards, play conservative. Now we're automatically at a 41% ROI, $1.43 profit, and it looks a lot more appealing. This is why I was saying earlier, when you're finding products like this, for example, that might not be the most appealing right away, it's not something to just completely disregard right off the bat, right? You want to still take into consideration that this might be good in 2 weeks, right? So it's like, even though it's not good right now, it's totally fine, right? Like this is where I would save this in the SellerAmp sheet right here. You can actually connect your spreadsheets to SellerAmp, and that way I can just put it in here let me see. I think there's an almost good sheet that I had. Okay, well, we'll put it in my OA possible leads, right? And the reason why I'm putting it in that spreadsheet is so that I can always go back to that spreadsheet and I can see all the products that are almost possibly good, and I can have my VA go through it and pretty much help me determine or help me see in the near future if this is going to be a good buy depending on the market, right? Depending on if gift cards are back in stock, or maybe it's discounted even more on Walmart's website, etc. So not a bad product. We'll keep an eye on that one for now. I put in my spreadsheet, and we'll move on to the next one. So you can find right here. All right, cool, decent. So we have great value 3-box bundle. So we have what is this? Cherry. So orange, grape, and cherry. Okay, let's search this up real quick. So we do have, okay, here we go. So we have, okay, this is on Pantry. Let's look at Walmart. Walmart right here, great value. Ooh, looks like they come in a bundle already. Is it 30? Cherry, grape, and what is that? Watermelon? Same thing here? No, cherry, grape, and orange. Okay, different. So these are separate packets. So it is a bundle listing, meaning where we're gonna have to manually bundle this together ourselves, which is totally fine. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this and paste it into Walmart's website. Let's see if we can find. So matter of fact, let's search for first few flavors by themselves so we don't get confused in Walmart. Let's go back over here real quick, and we're gonna go over to Amazon. Let's do great value, low cal sugar drinks right here. We'll do cherry for now. Boom, cherry. Let's see. All right, cherry. Okay, boom, cherry pomegranate. Okay, not cherry drink mix. Same thing right here. Let's make sure it's the same exact thing. Cherry drink mix. Yep, same thing. That's for $2.37. So we're gonna do $2.37 in 2.37 plus. All right, cool. So now let's look for the orange one. So I'm gonna do the exact same title. We're gonna put orange at the end. Found it for $1.98 right there. Let's go back to the listing now. So it was $2.37 plus $1.98 for that mix. Last but not least, let's look for grape, I believe. Is it grape? It might be grape. I think it is grape because we already looked at cherry, so it's grape now. So we're gonna look for grape, and that's $2.37 as well, drink mix. Yep, okay, so $2.37 times 2 plus $1.98. So 2.37 times, oh wait, here we go. 2.37 times 2 plus 198, right? $6.72 cost price, $13.14 sale price about. Obviously not the best. Now, the cool thing is this does weigh 5 ounces and it is gonna be super cheap to ship it. So let's see if we were to FBM this ourselves, sell this for 4 flat. Now we're at a 30 ROI and a $2 profit. And the reason why is because I switched it from FBA to FBM, meaning we're gonna sell this ourselves and send it directly to the consumer rather than sending it to Amazon to be sold and shipped to consumers. So now I will say the only issue with this is I might not do this because the profits are a little low for my liking to be able to, for me to want to be able to do the most of the work and just, take it, drop it off USPS for $2 profit, right? Unless I'm selling hundreds or even thousands by the day, I might do that. But obviously in this case, I'm not selling hundreds or thousands by the day. I might sell like 5, 10, 15 units, which is cool. But it's just not enough for my liking, for my criteria, for my personal business. But nonetheless, so it is still profitable. It still is a 30% ROI, 15% profit margin, and a $2 profit. So by all means, it's definitely a great product still all in all. Now I can keep going on and on and on about how I'm using KPIs to find winning products on a daily basis. But that just gives you guys a quick little summary about how I find my products using the filters that I implemented. And if you guys did get a lot of value out of this video, drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and also turn those notifications on so that every time I drop a video, you guys are notified immediately. But I do want to say real quick, for all you guys that are just starting out, or let's say you're currently in the game of arbitrage, use arbitrage and use sourcing, like for example, the way I'm sourcing right now by finding products from online retailers, as a cash flowing machine to bring in the cash, bring in the money, but at the same time use that to also build your real business, right? Build the business as far as the wholesale side of things, right? Build the long-term sustainable side of the business, right? For example, my first year, I went all online arbitrage and I made my first $100,000 profit at 19 years old before 20 years old. And after I did that, I thought to myself, okay, what can I do now to expedite this process and really build a business that has sustainability to it, that has longevity to it? And that's where I thought wholesale. That's where I thought relationship building. So use the arbitrage side of things to really build the cash flow, make money, build your cash, stack your money. And then on the side, build the wholesale operation. And I'm gonna be posting a lot more content going over wholesale, going over how I land suppliers, how I find suppliers. But all in all, I don't want to keep ranting about a topic that we're not really covering in this video. If you guys got a lot of value on the arbitrage side of things, stay tuned for more. I'm gonna be dropping a lot more. And then on the flip side of things, like I was talking about a minute ago, we are going to be diving a lot into wholesale because it is a lucrative operation. But to finish everything off, I'll leave you guys with this. If you guys have already started your business and you don't know what to do, you don't know how to find products, or you're struggling in certain aspects within your business, or you just haven't started at all and you're interested in starting and scaling your own ecom business through Amazon and Walmart, I've helped tons of students absolutely kill it in this business. I'll drop a ton of testimonies right here. Connor being one of my students who crossed over $100,000 in a single month in revenue. And he's just one of the many guys that are absolutely killing it. Again, I'll pop up all the testimonies right here for you guys to see one more time. So with that being said, if you are interested in how you can work directly with myself, one-on-one, hopping on live calls, one-on-one calls, going over sourcing, going over product research, and even having me going hands-on in your business, helping you scale and helping you solve any problems that you're going through, I'm going to have a calendar link below in the description for you guys to book a one-on-one call with my team. On that call, we're going to see exactly what your goals are, what your current operation looks like as is, and of course, if you like everything you see and if we think it's a good fit for you as well, I would absolutely love to help you crush this business from 5, 10, all the way to $100,000 in a month in revenue. Now, obviously, this is not a get rich quick. It doesn't happen overnight. It does take time. It is a business. But as long as you are willing to put in the work, be coachable, and learn the business from A to Z, I'll do everything in my power to make sure that you succeed. But that'll wrap it up right there. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.